John Bellingham was a man whose name would become infamous in British history for one terrible act. He assassinated the Prime Minister, Spencer Perceval, in the lobby of the House of Commons on May 11, 1812. But who was this man and what led him to commit such a heinous crime? John Bellingham was born in St Neots, Huntingdonshire, England, in 1769. He was the son of a successful shipowner and merchant and received a good education at the local grammar school. In 1793, Bellingham married Mary Neville, with whom he had 2 children. However, his business ventures did not go well and he was declared bankrupt in 1804. Bellingham blamed the government for his financial ruin and this would be the beginning of his long-standing hatred for those in power. After his bankruptcy, Bellingham struggled to make a living. He worked as a clerk and a trader, but his financial situation remained precarious. In 1809, he traveled to Russia in an attempt to recover money owed to him by the government, but his efforts were unsuccessful. While in Russia, Bellingham was arrested for debts and spent over a year in a Russian prison. It was during this time that his resentment towards the government grew into an all-consuming hatred. When Bellingham returned to England, he was a changed man. He became obsessed with seeking revenge against the government and saw Spencer Perceval, the Prime Minister, as the embodiment of everything he hated. On May 11, 1812, Bellingham went to the House of Commons armed with 2 pistols. He waited in the lobby and when Perceval entered, he shot him in the chest. Perceval died almost instantly and Bellingham was arrested on the spot. Bellingham's trial was a formality as he had been caught in the act of assassinating the Prime Minister. He was found guilty and sentenced to death. Bellingham was hanged on May 18, 1812, just 7 days after he had killed Spencer Perceval. He showed no remorse for his actions and his last words were a statement of his grievances against the government. John Bellingham's assassination of Spencer Perceval was a shocking event that sent shockwaves through the British government and society. It was the first assassination of a British Prime Minister and it raised questions about the security of Parliament and the power of the people to hold their leaders accountable. Bellingham's legacy is a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked hatred and the consequences of taking violent action against those in power. John Bellingham was a man whose life took a tragic turn after he was declared bankrupt. His resentment towards the government grew into an obsession and he ultimately took the life of the Prime Minister. Bellingham's story is a reminder of the importance of addressing grievances through peaceful means and the dangers of allowing hatred to consume us.